unmute myself. Once again, welcome to the Starseed live stream. Let me know whether you can hear me because I have just unmuted myself and I'm not sure if you can still hear me. Today we are going to have a different way of Starseed energy update because in March we have not published the Starseed energy update, and I will give you a live update, and I'm going to explain why this is. Now we're gonna have FAQ. We're gonna rather Q&A, not FAQ. We're gonna ask. You can ask any questions you want related to Starseed mission, and I'm going to answer them live. This is not Starseed readings, just to make that clear. It's not. I'm not gonna read you, but questions can be as personal as you want them to be. It's just, if we were going to have Starseed readings, then it would be a bit boring for everybody else involved. So let's ask the kind of questions that can serve us all as a community. And finally, I am going to have a mini competition towards the end, and we're going to give away 1 month membership in the Quantum Club. And by the way, if we have any Quantum Clubbers with us, you are also included in this competition, because if you win, then you're gonna have your next month for free. So that's what's gonna happen to today. So I can see you can see me and hear me. So let's get started. Hang on a second, let me just bring my light closer. Okay, let's get started. Before I start answering your questions, and by the way, guys, please prepare questions. The better your questions, the better we're gonna enjoy this live stream. And if you're catching up on replay, you can always ask questions on comments. And if you're listening on the podcast, reach out if you have a burning question. But if you are here with us live, please prepare your questions, and you can start asking them right now. Because I'll be answering them in the chronological order. But before you guys, before I answer your questions, I want to ask you a question. And let me just give you a bit of context before I pose this question. Basically, on Monday last week, Aaron held a free training and transmission for Starseeds. There was an activation. Let me know if any of you participated in it. The energy was super powerful in the activation because it wasn't 1, 2, or 3 star races that were putting the energy. It was actually a blend of frequency from collective consciousness of many, many different races, pretty much all races that send the Starseeds. And I have been in the backstage moderating chats, providing all the links, and making sure that everything on the technical side of things is great. But I have also received that activation, just like you have received. And I can see here some of you have been a part of it. And well, in the activation, there was very strong energy. It was coming through my chest, and it was this kind of like tension energy all of a sudden that appeared. And I knew that I've received a download of information that I'm about to unpack, and that there is something in there that I need to decipher. That is not just energy, that there is meaning behind it. But very often I receive energetic downloads a little bit like zip files. So, I have received a message to share with you all, and it's a very uncomfortable message to share. And I'm gonna try to be as diplomatic, gentle, and loving as possible. But the message, I was, one of the reasons I'm doing it live, it was because it was so difficult for me to actually do this on a recording like a normal Starseed energy update. The message is uncomfortable. And before I share it, I would like to ask to share this live stream forward, because maybe there's other people who need to hear this message. I'll be really, really grateful if you can press that share button. Some people say it was the best transmission I've ever had, I think, or it was very strong. So yeah, I did watch the replay and it was beautiful. So yeah, that was very powerful. So this is where I received that message. And it comes from collective consciousness of many different races. So do you guys want to hear it? Because I need a little bit of cheering up delivering this. As I said, it is not a very comfortable message, and there will be a question to you. And it's a question that, in a way, I got asked, and a question that I got asked by all these races. Shoot, says Laura. Okay, I'm going to shoot. So, well, the question is, why are starseeds so disempowered? Why is there so much victim mentality? And why are starseeds so fragile? And I'm trying to translate it to human words, but basically the message was, we are here to change the way Earth is. Yet most of us can't even, step up out of our shells. So what do you think, guys, this is? Why are we starseeds so disempowered? Because I hear this over and over again. And I'm not saying that's everyone, because there are starseeds rocking and rolling, stepping up, setting businesses, speaking, teaching, healing. But then that's actually still a minority. The majority are like really, really sensitive, really, really fragile. And some of them want to go home and want to kind of go back to where they came from, which, by the way, karmically, it doesn't happen like that. So to answer maybe a question that someone will ask, there's no guarantee that after this life on Earth, you're going to go back to where you were last. That's not guaranteed. That is determined by the karmic algorithm, by what happens in this lifetime, by what happened in your past lifetime. You may have come from Arcturus and you end up in Lyra, or you end up on Earth again, even. And I'm not saying it's a threat. You may go to a beautiful dimension, but it doesn't mean you're going home. And by the way, where is home if we go through so many lifetimes? So why are we so disempowered? Any ideas? Any ideas why we so disempowered? Kim said, I'm ready to hear. I feel I need to hear. I also felt the tension from the activation. Yes. I felt tension. Nicole says, I believe we had so much to go through. It still feel like we still hurt again when we come to do our soul mission. This is valid. Absolutely valid. We do go through a lot. And you know what? All humans go through a lot. But not all humans are so disempowered, because I give you an example. I come from a business background. So I've worked with entrepreneurs, and most people are really forward in business. That's what I'm used to. Now I'm working with Starseeds, and I see this self-sabotage over and over and over again. So I guess the question is, why is it so? But the message is, don't forget how powerful you are. Don't forget who you truly are. It's not time to be shrieking and hiding in the corner. We actually came here to lead. And it starts by you leading yourself. Even if you don't see yourself as a leader for your community, for whoever else, or even your family, my question is, are you leading yourself? So Sandy says, we are sensitive and life feels tough and keeps us low vibe until we step in to remember our power. Yes, absolutely. That is the message. Remember our power. Remember our power. I'll say it again. Remember our power. Thank you so much, Sandy, for helping me with this. Yeah, Renee says it's old programming, and Erin says it's deeply resonating. That's the thing. And I will come across so much self-sabotage, even when I'm working with my business clients, because I do work a lot with light workers and starseeds and coaches who are really taking the leaps of faith, people who jumping from their corporate jobs to do the healing and training and things that don't provide them the financial security that maybe their previous job provided them. So I do work with a lot of courageous starseeds, but I am so aware that they are the minority. So if you are in that pool of starseeds that is still waiting for someone or something to shake you, maybe I can shake you, because honestly, sometimes I feel like mollycoddling is done on every starseed group. People just kind of like self-perpetuating this narrative of how hard it is and how horrible it is, but forgetting that it is in our power to actually change this narrative in our lives. And I don't dismiss anybody's traumas. I have been through trauma. I work with clients who have been through unspeakable traumas. And sad thing is, there's more traumas perpetuating on this planet. There is, natural disasters, there's wars, etc. So it's not about that. It's about how willing you are to actually heal and to take a new identity as a leader, leading yourself first, leading your life as a creator, not a victim. So my question is, are you guys ready to be the way showers and the change makers? So that's my question to you now. Is that you guys? Have I got here starseeds that need a lot of, come on, come on, come on? Or have I got starseeds who are like literally stepping up, knowing that, yes, it's tough, because yes, you are ahead of the ascension curve, but ultimately we are leading this ascension curve, this global awakening. And once the masses awaken, do you know how much work we will all have on our hands? And that's the kind of work that artificial intelligence is not going to do it for us. It's human to human frequency work. And if you have been through deep trauma, if you have been through deep pain, you have got energetic tools available to heal it so that you can help others who have been through similar or radically different situations, but you can have compassion for them, yet don't leave them in that state. We can transcend it. So that's my message to you. Maybe in my human words, trying to translate the download of information that came through. And I'm just about to catch with your comments. Shelley says, yeah, well, Mark says, stop watching television or television. Well, that's just the start of it. And by the way, you can, don't have to watch television. The narrative of fear is everywhere. Sometimes the fear is inside us. Sometimes there's more fear inside many starseeds than there is on TV. So that's that. Shelley says, fear because of being controlled in the matrix, our past lives we were quieted or worse. These are all valid things. But guys, as starseeds, you also have access to the quantum field, to energetic tools to deal with all these past lifetimes. In fact, starseed experience is an opportunity for us to heal all these traumas. We came here, yes, because we volunteered, but also it was an opportunity to offload a ton of past karma and trauma. So don't forget that. Don't forget who you are. Laura says, when I have greater clarity, I will take action. I'm still too new. Laura, I'm here to serve you in any way you need. Tell me if you have any questions. I can answer. I'll be more than happy to do so. But at the same time, just remember, and this is another thing, that I want to convey, which was a part of this whole message that I've received in this download, is there is a big tendency for starseeds to keep looking externally. Let someone read me, someone give me intuitive message, someone tell me what to do, someone tell me what my mission is. We have everything within us. It's better that we learn how to do it ourselves and keep constantly asking others for validation, for advice. And by the way, nothing wrong with it. We're also here to exchange gifts. But don't forget the power that you are. Don't think that there are other starseeds or even teachers, just like myself, that are better or more forward and they know better and they will tell you. One of your jobs here is to go and recreate your sovereignty. Remember your power. And you do that by sometimes just going your own way, going for your own decisions, and always deep inside your heart, you will know. Follow your passion, follow your joy. That's how you actually complete this journey. Hello, Mel. Nice to see you here. And Nicole says, I was trying to be brave. I'm starting to market myself just getting on the platform. I just know there's non-believers, old friends that want to hurt me. These are not your clients. Block them. If they want to hurt you, they haven't got space for you. Don't entertain people who want to hurt you. Cut them off if they want to hurt you, because sometimes we may be surprised. Sometimes it's almost like the starseed thing has become as big as years ago was someone coming out as homosexual. Now we kind of like all open-minded, like not a big thing, love who you want, not a big thing. But years ago it was like people were coming out of the closet, and now with the starseed we're seeing the same thing. We coming out of the closet, and sometimes you'll be surprised just how receptive and how supportive some of your friends and family can be. We usually assume the worst, maybe sometimes because like someone mentioned past traumas, past lifetimes where maybe we have been persecuted for our gifts, maybe we have been actually physically hurt. But my idea here is, okay, if someone, I don't know, trolls you, laughs at you, there is no space for them in your life. Block them, mute them, love light, and bugger off, basically. But at the same time, also be open, because the real friends will love you the way you are, with all of the gifts. There's nothing shameful. And also, mark my words, fast forward 3, 5, 10 years, all of that will be super normal. Just the fact that we're having a live stream like that, and I'm talking to you here about the cosmic stuff, and I'm not in some mental asylum, I'm also not on a stake. That is a testimony of how much things are changing. So the question is, do you want to be, in the tail of this global awakening, or do you want to be right in the leadership? Because I choose to be right at the front, not at the tail end. I'm one of the early adopters, and I'm sure that some of you are here. Someone says here, Kim says, I'm ready. Yes, I am, says Lee. I'm on the fence, but I'm getting there. Aaron says, I feel so close to breaking through self-sabotage, so I may help others. This is actually a really interesting thing, Aaron, that you're flagging up. And by the way, if you guys have any questions, any doubts, let's address them here in this live stream. With the self-sabotage, it's almost like something that has layers. And sometimes there is also this narrative that until you are so super perfect, until you have healed all your traumas and released all the pain and did all the shadow work, then you can't help others. But the truth is, you can help others at any stage of your journey, even if you're just 2-3 steps ahead of them. And in fact, sometimes you're in a better position, but because you still remember exactly how it was for you. So don't let perfection become just another form of self sabotage. Renee says, stepping up and standing out. I know you are. Well done, you. You're always forward. Yeah, sometimes it's family members that they don't know. I'm not sure what this is, and they don't know. Sometimes family members can surprise you. And I've had lots of cases like that working with clients where family members love have prevailed over judgment. So that's what I'm going to say. Okay, Erin, I'm having a hard time since waking up to find my power without letting my ego to lead. I'm trying to listen to my higher self as to how I can lead in my new higher consciousness way. Erin, what do you mean by letting your ego lead? Because actually, um, sometimes we are very hard on ourselves. And when I posted a few days ago about stuff that annoys people when it comes to all these ascended vocabulary, someone says you are in your ego is something I can't stand. Ego is a part, and like you say, not letting it lead. It's a part of you, but you're not letting it lead. So it basically don't also dim your power because you're scared by ego. Don't let ego scare you and be in your way, because in a way, sometimes it's just as egotistical to be not doing stuff because you're scared than to actually be serving, be forward, with all our mistakes, with all our kind of flaws. None of us is perfect. Maybe I'm pushing away a part I should not. Sometimes, yes, because sometimes, there is a lot of old programming that tells us power is bad, money is bad, physicality is bad, this is bad. But we are actually needing to integrate all of these parts. And if we all just timid, if we all just kind of like humble, then who's actually gonna usher in this new consciousness and this new earth? That's just my question. I'm just catching up with your comments, and if you guys have any more questions, please keep them coming. I need to stop wanting perfection and just start. Absolutely. Perfection is one of the most sophisticated forms of self-sabotage. And I always give an example of a friend of mine that I met at university. And back when I never even dreamt about entrepreneurship, she wanted to have a business, but her business was meant to be perfect. It was meant to have the best website, and she was taking courses and videography and stuff like that. And well, she never started the business. It's been now nearly 15 years. I've started, crashed and burned businesses. I've literally failed many times. I've lost money. And okay, her business is still perfect, but it doesn't exist. It was never brought into this third density. And very often that is perfection, because, in our mind, everything is perfect. When we never start, we can never make a mistake. But you know what? You can literally pick yourself up from any mistake. I've lost my business. I've lost money. I've lost other people's money. And it's nothing to be proud of, but it's also nothing to be embarrassed about, because at least I had the goal. And what I've learned, the wisdom, wow, that's what I'm using now to help my clients. I know how not to fuck up anymore. So that's my advice to you. Just start. Just do it, like Nike. Just do it. Erin says, when I use meditation, I'm still falling asleep. I've been working on my abilities, but felt pulled to ask if you have any advice. Yes, I do. And by the way, any of you folks having this problem of falling asleep in a meditation, I think probably quite a few of us have experienced that. And in fact, I would be surprised if any of you who meditate have never fallen asleep meditating. So what I would do, and what I actually do, is I would try to use more active forms of meditation, like a walking meditation, or perhaps start practicing forms of body work, such as ecstatic dancing, breath work, Kundalini, and energy work. This actually helps me because I've got a very active experience. So that's one thing. The second thing is, are you just meditating to calm yourself down, to clear your mind? Or if you want to meditate to connect, you actually don't have to meditate so hard. Well, one of the things that we teach our students, especially inside the Quantum Club, by the way, for those of you who stay till the end here, we're going to have a giveaway, 1 month subscription in the Quantum Club. And that's going to be both for the people who've never been members and also the existing members. You can have your next month free. So basically, if you're working on your abilities, just know that you don't have to go into deep meditation in order to expand your abilities. Try to get in and out of the quantum field quicker. Maybe try more active forms such as light language and translating. Like, that's what I do. My consciousness cuts off very often in a meditative state. Maybe something to do with my ADHD brain, maybe something else, but I prefer more active forms. That is how I can experience higher dimensions. That's how I can channel. It doesn't happen in a deep meditative state. And it doesn't happen to everyone. So there is, I think, a little bit of like, okay, deep meditation is how it happens. It doesn't have to be. We usually teach people how to get in and out of quantum field quite quickly. And especially, if you're a practitioner, then you haven't got time to go into deep meditation to deliver your reading, intuitive message, advice, Akashic information, whatever. You have to do it like that. So I would say maybe just try something different and don't be hung up on having to meditate for long hours in order to hone your abilities, because you can hone your abilities in a much quicker way. Next question or the comment from Sandy is, it's very isolating being spiritual until you connect with your like-minded tribe. Absolutely. That's why I'm doing this live stream, to connect with you guys and for you guys to connect between yourselves. That's why we've got the Quantum Club membership where we connect, because sometimes even we are connected online, but it's not that easy sometimes in real life to find friends, who understand us. But thankfully, at least we have this as a medium of connection, the internet and the online communities. At least we have that, because years ago that wasn't available. But you know what? I'm actually quite lucky and fortunate to have met some wonderful people in real life. Even though I live in rural Costa Rica, I still have met some beautiful people who are very, very connected. And that could be your next manifestation. Friendship circles. Okay. Nicole, I'm worried if I attempt to do a reading, I get nothing. That would be humiliating. No. Why? That's the story you're telling yourself, that it'd be humiliating. And has that ever even happened? Just try it. Honestly, when you put yourself out there, when you trust, nothing like that will ever happen. Every single time we channel, there is a slight risk that something will not happen, that there will be nothing coming through, no information, whatever. There is a risk that the message we deliver will be completely off. But until we try, we don't get. And this is the thing, is you trusting your intuition, because nobody will tell you. But then it's like a muscle. Once you do it, the more you do it, the more accurate you become, the more confident you become. And then you've got a social proof from all the clients who said, yeah, that was spot on, that was great, that was amazing. So again, advice, just do it. Okay, Kim, I'm finding the biggest fear that comes up for me is that I really put myself out. I'm putting myself in danger, that I'll become a target. I know this comes from past life where I was killed because of my gifts. This is a very interesting case. I was actually dealing with exactly this situation in a client session yesterday. So, very interesting situation. My client looked at a Facebook advert of one of her spiritual teachers who was being attacked by trolls. And that happened to me. I had a group of atheists who literally ganged on me after one of my posts went viral. And things like that absolutely can happen. There is still low levels of consciousness. And then if there is also trauma and karmic patterns linking us to this pain, this is a real fear. So first of all, let's just put it out there. You are not in, your life is not in danger. You're in a different kind of danger. So you can be mocked, you can be maybe ridiculed, you can have people trying to damage your reputation, your business. By the way, all of these things happen to me. And I'm still here, I'm still alive, I'm still doing well, I'm still helping clients, I'm still making money, I'm still happy. So all of these things can happen, but they shouldn't stop you. It's just uncomfortable situations. But now what to do when you know it comes from past life? You need to heal that past life. Send healing energy to that past iteration of you. That's what we've done yesterday with my client. Send energy there first of compassion, of understanding, because this is trauma. This is not past life karma. This is past life trauma. It's like a pain body that is attached to you, especially when you're now stepping on to the spiritual path. So that client actually had corporate career and those fears were never coming forward. But once she started on the spiritual path, that's when those fears came to life. So one thing you do is heal this past life, but then you disconnect from that pain body. And basically, simple thing you do is say, okay, I understand this fear. I acknowledge how it's playing out in my life, and I acknowledge where it comes from. But now, as a sovereign, energetic being, I am going my own way. And just see and feel yourself disconnecting from that pain body. That past life, that's not me anymore in this life. See, try it, Kim, and hopefully that helps. Okay. I will be catching up with some more comments here. I can see some more. Okay, Sandy says, I've been on my spiritual awakening for years, tried lots of different modalities, but nothing works for me. I have no connection with guys. I just feel like a bystander while others are flying with dragons. Oh, goodness me. So what are you expecting? Because sometimes people describe the kind of experiences in such a way that even I feel like, goodness me, I'm doing nothing, even though I channel over 20 different light languages. What can you do? Because you're focusing very much on the negative. Nothing works for me. So what are you working for? That's my question. What would you like? Because sometimes not everything is available for us. And we have very specific abilities. And not all of our abilities are the same. My specialism is in audio. I can channel sound. I can heal with frequency. I can activate with frequency. But you know what? I'm not visual. I hardly ever see things. And very often I would think, bloody hell, that will really stop me. That will limit me. I'm not seeing things when I'm working with clients. But I spot energetic patterns by listening. And no, I don't see, let's say, my clients' past lives. But it still hasn't stopped me helping so many people. So the question is, what is it that you actually want? What abilities are you pursuing? And what other abilities are available to you? because I can guarantee you have some natural gifts that are just as valid as those supernatural gifts. I've got a great friend who is a fantastic networker. And again, very rarely she gets visuals, very rarely she has any supernatural gifts, but she's very spiritual, very devoted, and an excellent networker. She just literally puts people together. And when she puts those different people together, magic happens. That is her role. That is absolutely her mission. And she's fantastic at it. She's facilitated some great stuff. So sometimes it's like natural abilities that are just as important. And I know what it feels like to be thinking that, you know, you have to be visual, you have to be psychic, you this, you that. I grew up around psychics, and I always felt like I'm the odd one out because I can't see. My husband is super, super visual, and I'm not. So let me give you this advice. Let this, what you can't do, not stop you from what you still can do. That's it. Hope that helps. Okay. This is a cool question from Aaron. I'm just jumping right to the top. Do you have a favorite way to discover a person's life blueprint? Yes. Yes, there's many ways, and I've got my favorites. Yes, we could go and look into the past lives, into the Akashic records, and read the soul contract. This is what my husband does. And by the way, for those of you who are joining the Quantum Club by this Friday before our next workshop, there's a mini Starseed reading included in it. And I'll tell you more about it because one of you, by the end of this live stream, will win a month subscription inside the Quantum Club. But back to how I discover a person's life blueprint. I just always ask, what do they actually like doing? What are they literally enjoying? Because having witnessed so many starseed readings over the years, I can see that it always is hand in hand. What is a person's specialism, what they used to do as a starseed in the last galactic lifetime, usually comes to the front in the most natural way possible. Like, I'm like a gob on a stick. I'm here doing Facebook Live, and there's hundreds of people who are being coached how to appear on video, how not to be timid. For me, it's not a big thing. That's natural for me. Because and I also speak all these light languages, because in my soul contract is communication. But I've always been like that since I was a child. That was always natural for me. The people who have natural abilities that are the supernatural abilities, right? Like having the third eye open or remember their past lives. But most of the time, our natural passions, what we enjoy doing, really, really, really goes hand in hand with what we're supposed to do. You can call it blueprint, you can call it mission brief, whatever. Always just follow your heart, because if it's like some kind of like, oh my God, I've got this mission, it's given to me from my soul family, I'm supposed to do this, but it's so uncomfortable, I hate doing it. Chances are it's not your mission. It's not your mission, unless your mission will always go hand in hand with your passion. And you can, yes, use all the quantum tools, and you can kind of do all the readings and stuff like that, and we do that. But my favorite way to discover what someone is here for is to ask them what actually brings them joy. What would they do if nobody was paying? Or I ask sometimes an alternative question. If all the jobs in the world, all the careers and businesses paid exactly the same amount of money, and your needs would be met with any of them, what would you be doing? So that's that. Michelle says, great questions, insightful answers. Thank you so much for asking those questions. I invite more and more of them. I'm just looking whether I have missed something. Shelley, what is exactly that we're supposed to be doing with our awakening, or what are you wanting us to do? I don't want you to do anything. It's up to you what you want to do. And that's the thing. You're not supposed to do anything. And nobody's here to tell you what to do. Goes back to that sovereignty and to that passion. This is where we got it horribly wrong because of all the religious conditioning and of all of this kind of like waiting for someone to tell us or save us, etc. You are a multidimensional being. Your divinity in a human form. Do whatever you want to do. Do what brings you joy. Do what actually is the fullest expression of you. Do what you do best. So there is no one answer. Some people will be healers, some people will be just holding high frequency in the community or in the family, some people will be helping trauma survivors, some people will be starting businesses. Any option is valid as long as it's your option. So that's that. Okay. Raven, I'm confused. I've put together a platform, set up, just waiting for opportunity and attracting clients. I'm so ready and willing to step up. So it's time now to put energy into your business, if it is a platform or a business. And that's basically it. You can start working on the energetic field of your business. This is not the live stream about that, but that's just my quick answer. There's a lot we can do energetically to start attracting clients, and physically as well. But maybe come to one of my business live streams, because I don't want to kind of talk about this today. This is more about Starseed questions. So any of you have Starseed questions? Okay. Anna, I'm just looking at your comment just from above the big comment. Always follow the vision, and I received to be on service. I've been on service for the last 25 years as a healer, writer, and artist. Since 3 years, 90% of my business collapsed on the same time. I've connected new levels of memories and quantum family, but no visions. I don't understand what I'm called to do now. Any clue about the silence of vision, which is very stressful? Do you know, Anna, I would look into what happened 3 years ago, because this doesn't seem like a natural thing. If you've been expressing yourself as a healer, as a writer, and you've been using your vision actively, and all of a sudden it became quiet, I would look, maybe it's something external rather than internal. Maybe someone attacked you sneakily to kind of what happened, or maybe some pattern broke. So what happened exactly 3 years ago? Like, was there any significant event? Have you, I don't know, moved countries, moved houses, changed direction, stopped a relationship? Have you started some relationship? Have you entered new circles? I would look chronologically what preceded it, because it could be different reasons. Yes, it could be a correction of a course. You could be on a different kind of trajectory. Something can be changing, something can be refining. Maybe there's something new in front of you. But I will also look, what the heck is going on? Like, if you have lost something that was part of your ability, sometimes it can happen as some external intervention. So I wouldn't dismiss that. Obviously, it's a complex case to investigate, but look now from the 3 years perspective, what happened immediately before? And it should give you a clue of what actually caused it. So that's that. Greetings from Hiroshima. I just signed in. Hello, hello, hello. Nice to see you. I got very sick from COVID 1 year, but was that 3 years ago? Because you said something happened 3 years ago. So I would look into that. Any other questions you have, guys, about Starseeds? Because we do have a giveaway. We're going to have a prize and a competition with a prize. The prize will be the Quantum Club membership and our Starseed program with weekly classes. And by the way, current members are also invited to participate in the competition. But before we jump into this, I want to ask you guys, have you still got any questions that are waiting for answers? Any Starseed questions, doubts, anything? Were you stuck? anything blocking you from your highest expression, any curiosity, because curious questions are also invited. Okay, Erin, fantastic question. Hang on, let me just blow myself up here. I have heard different opinions on Akashic records. Are galactic lives recorded in the Akash? Yes, they are. So I tell you from my soul's experience, my first soul incarnation was in the Akashic realm. I was one of the Akashic keepers. And even though I don't particularly, this is weird because in this lifetime, I'm not really drawn to working with the Akashic records. I can read my own and I've read them many times, but don't really like doing it for clients. I leave it to my husband, who's an expert on the realm. When it comes to the galactic lives, yes, they are recorded in the Akashic records, in the galactic block. So the terrestrial lives here are recorded, but so are the galactic lives. And the galactic lives don't have as much karma attached to them. So the galactic block is almost like how it's represented to us. It's more digital, with the access of information being like a pool where you read rather than like a library, like the terrestrial bit. But yes, you can get, and I think it's the most reliable way of getting your information. And whenever Aaron is doing Starseed readings, that's where he goes. It's the Akashic records. I know some people do it somehow from astrology charts, but I don't even know how it works with astrology. In all honesty, I've only ever been discovering my starseed history, my soul history from the Akashic records and from direct connection with different galactic races, whereby when I connected, certain memories started flooding back, and that is the most kind of common experience of many people who participate in different activations that we do. Very often they connect to the energy and something opens, some kind of memories start flooding back. So I trust that over anything else. So that's that. Okay, when you're drawn to a certain constellation or star system, is that how you know where an aspect of yourself possibly could be? Maybe, but not necessarily. I would rather follow energy than visual constellation. I've always loved Orion, and I'm not really Orion, even though I speak Orion language, but it's one of the races that I haven't got that affinity with. And I've never even known where Arcturus is on the night sky up until very recently, when a couple of years ago I went on an astronomy tour and I've been shown where Arcturus is, and I'm super excited. I know where it is now, but that's where I'm from. So I wouldn't rely on that. Maybe, doesn't have to be. What I would rely on is the energy, a familiarity. So when you connect to various races, how do you feel? Usually when you connect for the first time to the energy that is your energy, or energy that you so experienced previously in one of the prominent lifetimes. And by the way, we go through many. So you may have been incarnated as not just one galactic race, but many consecutive ones. Sometimes you may have more than one life as an Arcturian or Syrian or Pleiadian or whatever. This is something that I would not trust just being drawn to it, but I would trust energy. I give you an example. After I've connected to the Arcturians, but before I connected to Syrians, when I heard someone speak Syrian language, and at that time I've not connected to Syrians, my Syrian language had not activated, but I heard that language spoken by another person, the meditation. It was literally like something kind of just shook me. And I was like, wow, what is it? It was just such a strong emotion. And then, of course, I connected to Syrians. My Syrian language activated. My memories from Syrians came back, and bang, it all made sense. But initially, it was coming into contact with energy that was contained in the light language that actually was a telltale sign. So what I would say, don't look at what you look like. Don't even look so much about personality traits, although personality traits of certain star races, I do know that that is the case. But because we've been through so many experiences, the only reliable way is through energy and quantum. So Akashic records, connecting to the galactic races, then you will know for sure. Missy has got a fantastic question. Nobody ever asked me this question, but I have been contemplating about it many times. What is the most common starseed you come across? So, very good question, because of course I do come across many different starseeds, and I do know that this may be biased because I am a particular starseed or I'm connected to particular races. So people who come to me as clients or students very often will be from those star races. And I remember once being a guest speaker at an event of someone who's got a very strong blue avian blueprint, and I have actually was activating people's light languages, and I've come across a whole bunch of blue avians there, even though before, in all of my experience and in the quantum club, we only had, I think, one, at least we definitely have one blue avian starseed, which is Sandy. And I've never come across so many. So, birds of a feather flock together. And with blue avians, quite really birds. But, basically, I obviously I only have my perspective. So this is what I want to do as a caveat. The most common starseeds I came across, Lyran felines, many of them, Andromedans, obviously Arcturians, although lately we draw less Arcturians to ourselves. At the beginning of our awakening, somehow all the Arcturians were coming through, and many, many Syrians. These four: Lyran felines, Arcturians, Syrians, and Andromedans. I work a lot with Starseeds. Lately, I also trying to attract dragons, but there's not that many of them. There's not many, for example, Lyran avians. Very few I had the pleasure of working with. And in fact, one of the Transcending Dimensions participants sent me lately a Lyran avian light language sample. And normally I recognize those samples, but I was so baffled because it was the first time I had someone else speak Lyran avian other than me. I was at the beginning, I was like, what is it? Something Lyran? I couldn't put my finger on it. And then I listened probably the third time and it clicked. It was Lyran avian, but there's so few of Lyran avians. So yeah, not all the star races are represented equally. I think some of there's more of those races. Many Styrians, many Andromedans, many Arcturians. And sometimes there are very niche races that nobody even talks about, and some starseeds have come from those races. So hope that answers your question. Okay. Kerry says, will you ever do a workshop around using light language to be a healer? Kerry, I've got a whole light language course, so I'm not going to do a workshop around that, because everything I do about light language is inside the light language course. There is also tons of light language resources inside the Quantum Club, and I will be doing soon within the Quantum Club, I think in 2 weeks' time, there is an practice on understanding light language. I'll be doing lots of practical exercises, and the light language course will probably get an update later this year. I may actually invite one of my students to speak about using light language as a healer, because I am not a healer. I teach and activate healers, but I don't particularly use light language for physical healing, because this is not my soul's mission. So thank you so much for this suggestion. I'm probably not going to do a workshop on it, because I've done tons of materials on light language, both inside the light language course and inside the Quantum Club. But when I'm updating light language course, which, by the way, how I see my body of work, which is light language course, is everybody who bought it 2-3 years ago, 1 year ago, gets the update of the new version. So I always just add to it. And this is a very, very excellent idea to add the that kind of module. Okay, let's see. Shilpa. I'm very good with staying in observance of myself, but I'm finding it hard to sit and meditate. Any advice on this? I already talked about it in relation to someone else who was falling asleep during meditation. Meditation is not an obligation. Don't make it to be something unpleasant. Maybe if you find it difficult to sit and meditate, start walking and meditating, or start dancing ecstatically, or do something more active. So I wouldn't just kind of kill myself with meditation. Great for discipline, but goodness me, we don't have to do it. Okay, Michelle has a long question about what kind of DNA blueprint she has. This is something that I am not really familiar with, so I'm going to skip this question because I can't answer that. Yeah, it's about galactic star chart reading. It felt me feeling very incomplete and had more questions than answers. I don't understand how astrology readings work. I'm not an astrologer. All I know about star races is from direct contact and not through astrology. And by the way, I know very beautiful and capable astrologers, but I've had astrology reading, but not connected to Starseed. But this is not my subject of expertise, so I'm gonna leave that to people who know about it. Okay, Erin says, I've had a couple of readings, hard to pinpoint me. I've had many more galactic lives. Do I need Erin's help? Well, he will probably read just the first and last in the mini Starseed readings. He doesn't offer any more one-to-one sessions where he used to do like a 90-minute one. But he's now focusing more on the transcendent dimension and the quantum club group, and really hasn't got time for it. But what he can do is can teach you how you can access this information yourself, because you can just keep going and going and going and dig into your Akashic records, but at the same time, just sometimes it's nice to be also here and now. So I'm one of them curious people who would like to keep asking questions about galactic lifetimes, and very, very curious. But at the same time, not everything is that important for this life. If we did not go through that veil of forgetfulness, and if we had access to everything all at once, we would just go crazy. We'd probably end up in a mental asylum. So sometimes a little bit of limited knowledge is actually a blessing. Okay, beautiful question from Elinor. Am I pronouncing it right? Elinor. How can I connect to my Pleiadian family, energy, and life? Have you tried? That's my question. I would say set an intention. Maybe, first of all, if you don't know what Pleiadian energy is like, go my YouTube or go to my light language library. You can comment below, and later on I can catch it, and try to get Pleiadian energy first. This is how, when we inside the quantum club and over the years, this is how we teach people, is basically, if you receive energy, if I show you something and it's like, this is black, this color is black, it's black, that's what black looks like, then you will know when you see anything else, oh, this is also black. That's great. That's same. And it's no different with energy. When you taste what Pleiadian energy is like, you can follow that thread, and next time you will recognize Pleiadian energy. So I know there can be lots of complicated things, but the best thing we do when we teach this is to introduce you to this energy. So it's like, this is Pleiadians, or black. This is Pleiadians. This is hello Pleiadians. Hello Elinor. Meet yourself, and then that facilitates that connection. So this is how I would do it. So follow energy as a thread. I give you an example. Lately, Aaron held a session in the Quantum Club, which was about Alpha Centauri race, which I have never met. He met them for the first time when he was doing someone's Starseed reading, and he was shown Alpha Centauri as the soul family of that person. He'd never met them before. And by the way, a few races he met through Starseed reading was the same with Orions. And then he connected and he delivered that session. But I was on that day on a long journey. I wasn't present. And I've never met Alpha Centauris. So what can I do now? If let's say I want to meet Alpha Centauris because I want to activate light language. And every time I come into contact with a new energy, my light language activates. Well, I've got a choice. I can either go in the quantum field and be digging and calling, "Hello, Alpha Centauris, where are you?" And that can probably work. I've done it before, and that's one of the ways, but chances are maybe it's not going to be that easy. Or I can go back to the recording, which has got that Alpha Centauri energy in it, and I can connect to it, catch to it as a thread, and I know that my light language will activate. So I'm probably going to go the easy way and just kind of like follow the thread, catch up on the recording where I wasn't present, and that's, give me a few weeks and I'll definitely have the new light language for you, which will be the Alpha Centaurian light language. So that's how I would connect. Just follow the thread. So you can follow the thread in any of my light language transmissions or something. I do speak pleiadian quite a lot, especially on my TikTok. I think there's even something pinned on top. Try to follow that energy as a thread. Okay. It's a continuous process of forgiveness, but I still feel stuck and suffer mentally, physically, and economically. Is there really a point in time where suffering will not repeat in the future? Yes, there is. The question is not just forgiving. It's actually changing something and disconnecting from that pattern of suffering. There's something in your life, probably karmic or ancestral, where there's a pattern of suffering, and there may be different threads to it. And this is what we talk about quantum energetic tools and how to connect the dots. And there are tools available whereby, like I spoke about it earlier on this live stream, whereby you can disconnect from certain things. So you need to find where this pattern of suffering has originated. Where is it coming from? Is it from ancestry? Is the physically and economically the same thing about suffering, or is it separate things? And finally, you have to say, stop. I'm ready to go my own way. But find the source of it first. Find what is the original wounding. Where does the pattern of suffering originated? There's tons of resources on our podcast, on our YouTube channel. I can see you from YouTube. There's one thing which is a podcast we did, I think is episode 9 of Architects of Destiny podcast, Reprogram Your Field for Abundance. I will send you there. So that's that. Okay, I think we have a lot of questions here, but I am going to slowly move into the giveaway, which we've got a lot of you here waiting for this kind of prize. And thank you so much for some great kind of questions. I'm going to choose maybe one or two more. Oh wow, that's a big one. Can you tell us some traits that we could have in mind to pinpoint what kind of starseed someone might be? Do you know what? I may do a separate live stream about it. There's a lot on my TikTok about that, but I just kind of am mindful of everybody's time, and I'm mindful that some people want to take part in this competition. That is a long thing where if I was to list all of the starseed traits of all the races I know, I think that would be a separate whole video. Awesome. Wow, that's really interesting. Kerry says, thank you for the info on healing. When I did your light language activation, I actually received healing ability. Looking forward to the workshop in the future. Awesome. Thank you so much for that suggestion. Amazing. Okay. So guys, are you ready for a little competition? Or has anybody got some massively urgent question that requires answer? I can see Matthew was asking, do you think that every starseed is a twin flame? I don't know. I don't think everybody is difficult with those generalizations. Nicole is ready for the questions. Kim says, I've loved the questions and responses, very helpful. Anybody else ready for the competition? Anybody else wants to receive 1 month free inside the Quantum Club? Who wants to receive that gift? Maybe you still ready, says Diane. Oh, Diane was one of our old members. Hello, Diane. I haven't seen you for a while. Kim says, yes, please. Awesome. For those of you who don't know what it's all about, I'm just going to sum it up because maybe some of you don't know what we're playing for. So you're not sure if you want to play the game. So basically, the Quantum Club is a membership program with weekly live classes and a vote of over 100 sessions right now, where we meet every week. We connect to different high dimensions and galactic races. And it's mainly aimed for starseeds who want to connect to the galactic soul family, discover and expand their abilities, light workers ready to take the practice to the next level. And by the way, you can be starseed and light worker at the same time. And a lot of awakened starseeds end up as light workers. It's also for Earthseeds, so Lemurian or Atlantean descendants who are ready to claim their abilities and heritage, and as well as any open-minded individual who just wants to expand your spiritual abilities. So if you fall into one of them categories or all of them, this may be something for you. And we're just gonna give away one of the spaces today for free. So as a Quantum Club member, you will learn to elevate your consciousness to the quantum field and higher dimensions. You'll be connecting every week and also inside the library to different light beings, such as the Arcturians, the Syrians, the Lyrans, the Andromedans, the Pleiadians, the Galactic Federation of Light, Lemurians, Atlanteans, and now a few more. I've named Alpha Centauris, etc. You will learn how to recognize different energetic signatures of the different galactic light races, so you know who you're connecting to. And we'll be working on developing your spiritual abilities, such as light languages, channeling, spiritual protection, reading Akashic records, and all of these supernatural jazz, as well as spotting ancestral patterns and stuff that is more down to earth and helpful in your 3D life. So what's included in this membership? And yes, one of you will receive a month membership, which is worth $111 for free. There will be competition question, and one of you will get it. Or if you an existing member, your next month bill is on us. So basically what's included in the membership is instant access to an index vote of over 100 sessions. I think it's actually now 109. There will be 4 live sessions every month. We meet every Thursday, alternatively at 9 a.m. or 3 p.m. Costa Rica time, so that it's for people from different time zones. There will be at least one session every couple of weeks that you can conveniently join. But if you don't, everything is recorded. Everything goes into the library, or as we call it, the vault. And then this is where you can access it at your leisure. There is access to quarterly full-day workshops, and the day after tomorrow, on Friday, we have a full-day advanced spiritual protection workshop. So super, super, super exciting. Some of our workshops are more catered towards beginners. This one is more advanced. But I think that spiritual protection is something like one of the first abilities and skills you should learn. So this workshop is long overdue. We've done single sessions on spiritual protection, but this will compile it all together. But you also receive recordings of workshops today. Yes, Dragon Workshop, that was back in July. We had a Dragon Day, so it was all about dragons. There was a Starseed Initiation Workshop. There's a Quantum Portal, which is a beginner's workshop about connecting to the quantum field. We're going to have another workshop probably at the end of May or beginning of June. It will be another Starseed workshop. I've got it already in mind. It's going to be called Starseed Attunement Workshop, but more advanced Starseed workshop. And well, there's a beautiful community of Starseed, our personal support, and there's 2 super exciting gifts. So there's welcome bonus number 1, which is time limited. That only will actually for people who don't manage to win this competition, this is only available until the workshop, so until Friday. There's a mini individual Starseed reading from Erin. Send me your 30-second video, and within 7 days, well, a little bit more now because we've got a bit of a backlog with clients, so maybe let's say within 14 days he will send you back a, well, he says 5-10 minute voice message, but the last few Starseed readings were a bit longer. This is why it's taking more than we planned, with details around your Starseed origins, which is your last galactic lifetime, soul contract, and your soul origins, which is first incarnation. And bonus from me is my personal feedback on the origins of your light language after they activate. And no doubt, after you join the Quantum Club, they will activate. There is light language activations inside, and I think pretty much all of the members who have been with us for at least a couple of months speak light languages. And if you don't, please contact me. Let's get that sorted and out of the way. And yeah, it's quite an awesome thing. A few people who have joined here, we've got their voices. They've received physical healing. There's some who have been with us from very beginning, like Cheryl, and love every experience. Nana is one of our past members who really love the personal relationship, and that is not just pre-recorded videos, but we can actually have the closeness and actually we answer questions, which is absolutely true. So the question is, who would like to receive this month Quantum Club membership as a gift? Let me know in the comments, and let me know if you're ready. There will be a very simple competition question coming up, so get ready for it. And then I'm going to give you some time. I'm going to read every single answer, and then I will choose one winner. So Matthew says me. Yes, please. This would be amazing. Erin says me. Yes, please. And me. Okay. Yes. Okay. Here comes the competition question. It's very simple. It's not going to be about Starseed astrology, readings, etc. It's a question straight to your heart. And I want to have a genuine, honest, heartfelt answer, because I'll be tuning it with my heart, and I'll be choosing with my heart. So, simple question, why should we gift it to you? Please, straight from the heart. So I'm waiting for your answers. I don't have any music. Maybe I should start singing. I'm gonna literally wait for about a couple of minutes. So answer shortly, and just so we kind of know what we're doing. We are playing for 1 month membership in our Starseed program, and the question is, why should you receive that? Why should we give it to you? And I can see first answers. So as some of you guys are still writing, I'm going to read your answers, and I'll be tuning in one by one, but please, hurry up. So Erin says, I want to help me help others. That's a beautiful, very short but poignant response. More are coming in. Matthew says, I want to help the world get more clear about the things they should know. It's also a beautiful intention. Kim says, because I know I'm ready to step up into my life work to help activate the heart temples within others. Beautiful. I want to help. I'm not sure how to read your name. Mastik. Mtik. Erin says, since my mother's passing at the end of 2020, I've been peeling off layers and moving to my spirituality. It would be so grateful to receive the gift so that I may open myself up more to my starseed nature. Beautiful. Elinor, this gift brings together so much of my journey so far. It will be wonderful to dive into work and get guidance in all of these energetic areas. I'll be so grateful to participate. Michelle says, I'm truly feeling called from my heart and financially challenged. I want to step up and be more of service as I activate more gifts. Okay, that boy, because I know this is the month I leap. I know I feel it. My limit has been reached again. It's time to upgrade. Okay. Sunny says, I can't afford the membership, but really need help to activate and connect to my gifts that the price could facilitate. Can I just say, don't ever say I can't afford. No, if anybody of you is trying to manifest abundance, don't ever say the word I can't afford. Just say I've got other priorities, even if it's just bills and rent, etc. Or I'm not buying it at this time. Don't ever say I can't afford. It's such a powerful negative affirmation. So just something I wanted to say on the I can't afford. Carrie says, I want to win that I can expand the light language healing abilities that your activations initiate. I want to truly move forward in my calling and purpose to heal and awaken further. Diane, I'll be 70 years old this month. I'm desperately trying to find out why I came here at this time, and I feel my time is running out. Awesome. Mystique. Mystique. Raven Blue. I'm almost there standing in my Starseed power as a leader. I'm honored and ready to go. Just need to boost from fellow Starseed. Yeah, all beautiful responses. Carrie says healing is important during this time of awakening, can clear densities and help further. That's Missy. Mystique is Missy. Okay. Okay. I think that's it. Some of you have not participated. That's okay. You don't have to. But I still have a lot here to choose from. And this is a very difficult choice because all of your answers are very beautiful, and it's a hard choice. So give me a second. There's one more. Mostly believing in myself more due to the Quantum Club beautiful gifts and activations. And now coming out into the community will help me to serve others to highest best version of myself. Thank you. You are coming out, Nicole. I can see. I'm witnessing it. Push family, there's so much more than I know that I'm meant for to help this world, but I know I need direction to strip away my programs, fear, and uncertainty. Okay. I'm just tuning in. Give me a second. I'm just looking at all of your beautiful answers. And I'm closing in any more answers because I just need to choose something here. What am I choosing? That's a difficult choice. Okay, I got one. I'm gonna go with Kim. Your sentence about heart temples touched my heart because I know I'm ready to step up into my life's work to help activate the heart temples within others. Kim, this is the winning answer. So welcome to the Quantum Club for this month. Maybe you stay with us for longer, but please reach out to me privately on Facebook. I can see you on Facebook. So reach out to me and provide me with your email address so we can add it to you. Thank you, everybody, for participating. And thank you for those of you who did not participate as well, but participated in beautiful questions. And it's been an absolute honor to be here answering some of you questions. For those of you who haven't won, you can always just join us. And you will be together with Kim and all of us. It's $111 a month, no contract, cancel anytime, you can give it a go. I wish I could give it to all of you, but it wouldn't be fair. We want to make it special, and there's obviously some beautiful paying members who are supporting this community, and thank you so much for being a part of it. And thank you so much for your beautiful and wonderful questions today. This will be also turned into a podcast, so all of your questions will probably help other Starseeds. They won't be able to see your names, just your beautiful questions. And well, what am I going to say to you? Well, I wish each and single one of you once more to remember what you came here for. I hope that you do step into your mission and to your gifts. And if I'm going to end and wrap this live stream up with anything, it is to say, please remember how powerful you are, and don't let what you cannot do or what you yet cannot do stop you from what you still can do. I'll say it again. Let's not stop. Don't be stopped by what you cannot do. Focus on what you can do. And I wish you a beautiful unfolding of the Starseed journey as we are leading this global awakening curve. Thank you so much for spending this hour and so almost hour and a half together here. I'm absolutely honored. Thank you for all of your questions. Consider sharing this live forward, because maybe there will be other people who will benefit from what we've shared here today. Maybe we'll inspire them. And well, I will see some of you inside the Quantum Club. And well, I'll probably see some of other ones of you somewhere here in the virtual space. Wishing you lots of love, and let's stay in touch. Bye-bye.